and he's played it out to the right, and Tierney won't get to it, and Palmer's in there, and Palmer hits the shot, and City lead in the Community Shield. Cole Palmer, City 1, Arsenal 0.
Taker. It's Rodri, and it's turned in by Erling Haaland. It's taken next to no time. And the it's Alvarez, it's Haaland, it's 2. Utterly clinical. They've waded through some tricky waters, but they've emerged serenely to double their advantage. It's Haaland who went for it, and it's Rodri who scores it.
What a ball that is. I know there was a bit of confusion, you might say a bit lucky it fell.
Kind of service in the middle, he's going to try and attack this, so is Palmer! And Manchester City equalise in the Super.
Got in behind Byrne, Julian Alvarez, sight of goal, and that's all he needs! Manchester City's first attempt on target breaks the deadlock.
Mouse almost there with Foden. Haaland! It had to come eventually. Erling Haaland gets his goal. Foden's free. Rodri! What a game we have here now! What a strike from Rodri!
Kovacic releasing Haaland. Haaland! And Alvarez is there! The goal, Manchester! And they drop through to Ake! Rodri again, through the gap to Alvarez. Haaland's onto that! You know the rest! The most feared striker on the planet sends a shiver down the spine of defenders again! This week. Haaland, no messing about! That was ruthless! That is hungry for more. Gomez away from Castagna. Sergio Gomez. Haaland!
Doubt. Alvarez to Doku. Had a bright first half at times, and here he goes! Oh, it's a moment of quality for this new talent in the Premier League. His first goal for Manchester City, and what a first goal! An immediate impact to the start. Alvarez, the scoop ball, and they're in again! Well, that's what Manchester City do. They've turned it around. Bernardo Silva collecting. Cheers City. Can he pick the right pass? It's Haaland! Finally hurting West Ham, but hurting West Ham again. And
22 attempts. Sven is supposed to have the one. Here's Haaland. Good ball in. Alvarez arrives, and Manchester City have done it again at the start of the second half, just as they did at the weekend at West Ham. Alvarez burns it around. Oh, it's a horror show for the goalkeeper. He came for the punch. It was all too haphazard. He's had his brilliant moments in this game. He's had his... Again surrounded by red and white striped shirts. Rodri, graceful turn, and tries to bend it in and passes it into the back of the net. And Manchester City have a third, and they'll have the victory, sealed by the man who sealed the Champions League trophy in June.
Here comes Walker going through, looking for Foden! What a start from Manchester City! What a finish from Phil Foden!
On pass.
Foden over to Matheus Nunes, he looks to leave it for Haaland!
Foden and Alvarez, straight for goal this time, and straight into the top left-hand corner. Jose Sarr thought it was going to the far post, and it's gone straight in, and City...
There's Bernardo Silva, Lewis on the move into the box, and there's Foden this time. Lewis made it, Foden scored it, and with a shimmy and a shake,
Brings in Alvarez. Oh, that's magnificent. That really is world class from the World Cup winner. It's a beauty. There's Haaland. This is Alvarez. Look at Doku. Haaland is there as well. Alvarez has played in Doku. This has to be 3-1. Jeremy Doku keeps his cool and finishes the job.
Come on, and getting beyond him. Brilliantly on for Doku. Manchester City go in front. Julian Alvarez makes the...
What is he? He's got everything. I've seen him get into more forward, advanced positions now.
Haaland. Oh, magnificent. What a finish from Erling Haaland.
And Rodri clipped invitingly, and Ruben Diaz, and following up is Akanji to score for Manchester City. The Swiss international against Racciopi scores for Manchester City. Keeper went the right way, but there was just too much power. Nicely done, Haaland. Oh, it's in. Devastating finish from Erling Haaland, and that will see Manchester City home and dry.
United at the Etihad, and now his first derby goal at Old Trafford. And Manchester City are making the early running hit. Grealish, Bernardo Silva, and Haaland. Build-up was utterly glorious. Manchester City caressing the ball from deep in there. And he'll fire one, and it'll come for Erling Haaland, and it'll be touched in by Philip Foden. Stockport-born, lifelong City.
With support, and Rodri is there, and Doku keeps going! That's a lovely finish.
With Rodri at the edge of the box. Look at Aki here. Plays the ball, then...
And now the tricks are out. It's lovely play, and it's Bernardo Silva. It's another silky smooth City strike.
For the second. It's one.
Doku wanted the touch, wants another goal, and he's got it! Well, he is loving life out. Doku trying to help it through. Foden kept going and going and going and scoring. They were dominant in the derby. He's opened up the game beautifully there for Manchester City, and Bernardo Silva, who has Nunes in support, but might fancy it himself. It's delightfully done, and it's in the end. Oscar Bob whizzes it across, and Nathan Ake is there. Of course he is.
Played in with terrific pace.
Out with ankle injury before the game, scores the first goal of the game. Searching out Foden, trying to get beyond camera, and he has done, and he scored. Brilliant stuff from Phil Foden. Right on the stroke. Lewis for Haaland. Kovacic told to get out of the way, and that's why. What a hit from Erling Haaland.
In the Premier League, adds one more to his tally. And the leaders are in front at the Bernardo Silva. Akanji! A free header for two apiece. Continued his gallop. It's Julian Alvarez and Haaland, and City have their lead back. Kovacic again, and Rodri deflected and in. And the man whose goal famously won the European crown for Manchester City. And Liverpool have lost the ball. Ake, it's Haaland! The fastest player in history.
3 to a half century of Premier League goals. 2 1 to City. 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 2
Here is Foden on the chase here. Erling Haaland! ...40 goals in Vardiol. Oh, Foden, lovely feet, marvellous goal! And they're level. Lovely ball now for Doku again. Doku, and Foden took it well, and here Alvarez!
This is an unusual feeling for the City fans. Haaland was close, it's been deflected in! It's an own goal! This is Doku. This is Alvarez. Foden, they're going to run it in! It is the classic Pep Guardiola style tiki-taka goal! Someone's run into trouble here. Rodri to Erling Haaland to Jack Grealish! His first goal!
Collision between Walker and Brown off the ball. The assistant referee flag for that. Referee's played the advantage. It's Silva, and it is quite brilliant. Manchester City are back on level terms. Bernardo Silva with a finish. Bell playing it forward straight at Alvarez. It hit him. Foden flicking it forward. You've got a man over at the far post, which is Jack Grealish, and it is 2-1. They've turned it around in the space of 2.5 minutes.
Diaz Nunes. Hamilton. What a start! Micah Hamilton just 20. Bob allowed to go on, and gone a long way, and to roll in his first senior goal for Manchester City. It's Phillips that should settle it.
Foden. Grealish! There seemed to be no way through, but they tend to... Grealish tries to up the pace. Finds a bit of space as well. Pops up towards Rodri and Lewis!
As we head into stoppage time, he breaks another line. The own goal breaks the deadlock. Hoybroughton puts it past. Walker did it well. Is Kovacic scuttling through the middle. Brilliantly done. Midfield player makes it 2. Of it by Akanji to Mateus Nunes. That's a good stop. Bernardo Silva, second time, it finds the net with the help of the deflection. It's 3 for Manchester City. Okay, and he strides forward and tries to steer it. He hits the post first time. And what a piece of improvisation as Alvarez reacted to put Manchester City in front in 40. Brilliant pass to Phil Foden. Deflection on it, takes it in. There's an element of good fortune attached to it. It might even go down as an own goal. Kovacic. Feeds Alvarez, had a little look. That's a great cross. Phil Foden runs it in and runs away to celebrate. That's going to stand for Mateus Nunes. Alvarez. Wonderful. As clean a strike as one could wish for. It's 4. And they're into record-breaking territory here. Manchester.
Foden. Oh! Clean as you like. It's Alvarez, and via the goalkeeper's trailing legs, it's 2-1 to the champ. Both these clubs. And that's Bernardo Silva, and he has sealed it for Manchester City with a magnificent piece of opportunism. City up. And Brooks backing them up.
Here's Rodri, who's driving forward, still going Rodri! Just like that, Manchester City have the lead. Looking through, Foden plays it across, taps in by Julian Alvarez.
Kovacic, Alvarez, and Foden's in there! There's the breakthrough. The holders open their FA Cup
again.
Very tight, but Núñez has found a way in behind, and Alvarez stretching scores. And City double the lead. Kovacic's ball and Matheus Núñez has made a purposeful run here. And this is Bob with De Bruyne arriving, it's 3. May well have taken a deflection.
It's De Bruyne, Gomez and Kovacic and Foden! Beautiful goal! Head of him. Bob, back to De Bruyne, and in comes Doku! It's 5! And the quality that have been residing on Manchester City's bench comes to the fore.
Spread for Walker, who has time and space to deliver. Oh, it's a beautiful little flick from the magic Bernardo Silva. That is a joy! Eventually, they tend to impose themselves, and here is Kevin De Bruyne, who has passed it in with sublime skill. There's no one quite like him. The Belgians get back to within touching range at the top, and here is Oscar Bob! Oh, that's so neat! That's so telling!
De Bruyne, awkward, very awkward, and Nathan Ake may have nicked it for Manchester City. They score for the first time at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
Matheus Núñez against Darrell O'Shea. He's got Guardiola with them too. That was the intention from Matheus Núñez. He wanted to slip it to the Croatian, and he keeps it alive. And on his birthday, Julian Alvarez gives Manchester City the lead inside 16 minutes. Ekdal, central defender's got to be careful. He's in again. Manchester City doubled their lead. Quick thinking from Kevin De Bruyne. The second half from City up against Al Dakhil. Here's Rodri. It's 3. Did Burnley even get a touch of the ball from the restart?
Of the first half, De Bruyne. Pinnock's drop for Foden, and they've got the equaliser. Those extra few seconds grasped by Manchester City. In by De Bruyne. And there's another Phil Foden effort. He looks across to see whether he's onside or not. The flag has stayed down. Haaland. Here's Foden. Here's the hat-trick. What a night for one of the most talented English players of this generation.
Have a look over his shoulder. It was by Diaz. It's Haaland. His first Premier League goal in 77 days. With it. Here's De Bruyne. Perfect ball for Haaland. Branthwaite with the problem. Branthwaite brushed aside. And Erling Haaland wins the game for the champions.
Portugal, the last of those on Thursday of last week, but it's not the same.
Foden, De Bruyne, and Manchester City take a lead, which has been coming from the kick-off. Kevin De Bruyne it is. De Bruyne. This will come for Bernardo Silva, and Manchester City are back in front. An element of fortune about the way. Núñez. Foden. De Bruyne. And Foden! And that should do it for Manchester City. They will go into this
moments. De Bruyne. Bernardo Silva. Walker! Rodri! Has finally beaten Chelsea down and lashed it into the roof.
In the run, but it was well stopped by the City defenders, and now they can try and break with Erling Haaland.